Let's take a look at what we're getting in Illuvium's Overworld Private Beta 2. And I do have some beta codes available, so if you're still not in, go ahead and leave me a comment down below and I'm sure I can help you out. So Private Beta introduced us to the Crimson Waste, and this was the only region up until now. Private Beta 2 gives us 2 new regions to explore, the Abyssal Basin and Brightland Steppes. In Abyssal Basin, you'll be traversed through a thick, dark forest with a swampy undertone. Bioilluminating vegetation will light your way. This region is massive, so take a break on one of these lily pads. It might just bring you to the giant Abyssal Grove tree with a hollow core. Brightland Steppes is huge. When you first enter this region, you might want to hop in one of these bubbles and take a skyline trip across the map. The region is full of lush greenery and pillar-like rocks, giving the region elevation. Even the battle board gives off that carefree summertime vibe. Some new mechanics introduced in the overworld will be new movement abilities, such as sliding down hills and slopes, as well as gliding while descending from higher areas of the map. Morphopods will also be introduced in this version of the game. These will be very useful for those who are playing Illuvium Zero Land. However, it's unclear how they will function and whether that functionality will be coming before the open beta. New Alluvials are busting onto the scene. Squiz, a tier 5 stage 1 water and scion type alluvial, is the only alluvial in this release that will not have its second and third stage. Rhoda, a tier 1 stage 1 air and rogue type alluvial. Rhoda stage 2. Revo, a Dust and Rogue alluvial. In the stage 3, Gyro, a Dust and Slayer alluvial that can attack from a distance or it can get up close and personal. The Tiktaalik line is a tier 4 set of alluvials that introduces us to Ebb, a water and empath, Flood, a tsunami and empath, and Geyser, a tsunami and mystic. These 3 may not give you much mobility on the board, but their Omega abilities will give you an AoE that is unmatched. Hetty is the stage 1 of the tier 3 Komodo Dragon line. Krunk is the stage 2 and is a Wildfire and Bulwark type. And Blotto, the stage 3, is a Wildfire and Aegis type. These alluvials will do well against air and frost type alluvials, which brings us on to our next line. Majol will be an air and fighter type. Jokul will add on frost. And the big boy of this line will be Jotun with Frost and Behemoth types. Keeping up with the trend of Frost, let me introduce you to Slappin', Stabbin', and Slashin'. This line starts as Rogue and Water and ends as Vanguard and Frost. A great option for taking out those earth or mud foes. Next, we see what is most likely to be the most powerful line of alluvials in this new set. This tier 5 stage 1 alluvial is called Foe. It's nature and fighter. Moving on to the stage 2, we have Forest. This bloom and fighter alluvial will pack a mean punch. And finally, Phosphorus. This bloom and arcanite alluvial will give Ramfire a run for its money. Our last 3 alluvials have a special meaning. Each ape line was designed to represent one of the co-founders of Illuvium. We have Monkier for Kieran, Grilla for Grant, and Apom for Aaron. These tier 1 alluvials will all start with an Earth affinity and become Mud by its final form, but the classes will range from Fighter to Rogue to Empath. The arena will also be getting some quality of life and UI updates. To name a few, we have the deck size increasing from 30 to 40, including augments with a count of 8 to 12. There will also be a new tab on the top left for Hyper that will show you your affinity advantage on the board. We also have a new mechanic for determining your ranger's affinity type. A composite affinity will be determined by the combination of your weapon affinity plus the bonded alluvial's affinity. If the alluvial already has a composite affinity, the dominant base affinity will be used. If you'd like your ranger to just have a base affinity, then the strategy may be to not bond to an alluvial at all. If I missed any changes or big updates, go ahead and make that known in the comments below so everyone else can see it. But that's it. Thanks. Jake out.